It's McEisencraft, folks. We've got a brand new product, and we think you're going to like taking a look at it. Greetings and welcome to the broadcast. I'm your host, and today we're going to look at the Solove 10 pocket battery. It's rechargeable. It has multiple USB ports that come out at various voltages. It allows you to do things like charge up an iPhone, an iPad, a smartphone, a Kindle, any of those items. Does a great job. The footprint, not much more than a cup of coffee, really. It hardly seemed like it took up any space. When you, on the operational side here, just briefly, on the far left is a micro USB port you use to charge it, and the USB ports are just normal. They have a normal stick and normal tension to them. Now, one of the things that does not come with is what we call pass-through charging. That means if while you're charging up the Solove 10, you're not able to stick your item in, like top off a cell phone, something like that. Some items do have that, but they're not as well made as the Solove 10. Nice, strong, you can almost scrape ice with this thing. Now, it comes with a real nice case. Inside the case is a hidden pocket. You can put in the charging cord or even a small iPhone. Now right here, let's give it a real world test. You take it down, you turn it on, you throw it out on a coffee table, you go to work. It always seems to charge everything up fully and then shut itself off. We did a variety of tests. It never failed. It always charged everything. Never had a problem with it. Now, this is not an unboxing video, but just to give a sense, if you were to order a case of these things to give away for gifts, there's a white sleeve on the outside. We'll talk more about that later. Inside is an exceptionally well-made, almost like a machinist die-cut box. The logo is very precise. It's kind of like a vinylized top. Inside, like an injection molded plastic, we've seen that before, does a good job. Somebody really got this square and right, and it works properly. Well, we can only talk about operational use and fit and finish so much, but then we have to come up to some of the more tangible things. Solove 10, it comes with a charging cord, and I'd like you to take a look at this charging cord. Pull it out of here. On the left-hand side, you're going to see two very pronounced ridges. Let me just hold this up here for you, get it on the left side. These ridges on the left are way, way more pronounced. Right there it is, right here. See those two tongs on those ridges on the charging cord? This cord right here is from, we will not name the name of this company that makes a lot of cell phones, has virtually no ridges. It slips in and slips out very easily. The Solove 10, on the other hand, whether it's by design, proprietary or not, almost has a snap when it goes inside and anchors itself firmly. Let's take one more look at it. You can see this here. Also, look how it looks almost like an apple, but the white part with the green plastic. Real good design work. But this really anchors it. If you were to charge something in some luggage and someone were to throw it around in an airline or something, it probably would not dislodge. So kudos there to Solove. Let's go ahead and talk about some operational characteristics. On the left, we know there's a micro USB port, and just to the right of the LED readout is a 1 amp USB port. Now the one on the right is twice as strong. It's 2.1 amps. This will actually charge several devices during our test just as fast as a wall socket. It was very impressive. As you look a little deeper, the overall looks good. Now there's some concern about maybe too much lint, getting pocket lint, getting in the USB ports from this thing. There's no more pocket lint in here than anybody else has in their USB port. I don't believe that's a concern with this quiet cloth type of material that they have. Anyway, that's the first look at the Solove. A little later on, we're going to have a deeper look for those of you that want to hang around. We're going to look deeper into the company and how things are made. Take care, best to you, and we'll come back for a deeper look in just a bit. Okay folks, thanks for hanging around. We're going to go ahead and take a much deeper look at part 2. This is kind of a warts and all where we go deep into the company, find out what's going on a little bit. Again, just briefly, nice little unit here. We've got everything ready for part 2. We're going to talk about things that are included in the box, a little bit about the company, a little about its location. We're not going to get into human rights abuses or anything like that. We're here basically just to look at the unit. It is made in the notorious Shenzhen province apparently, but we'll worry about that later. Let's get ready and take some of the paperwork out and let you review it. Well, here it is, folks. For some of you in the back row, I'll just read. It's called, product name is called Roco. The model is the Solove-A9. The capacity is 10,000 milliamps. It's a lithium polymer, not a lithium ion battery. Talks a little bit about a few things. And then second from the bottom says lifespan, 500 times. I think they mean 500 recharge cycles. And then uses another language called lifespan. I don't know why they would interpret just one line. Kind of gives pause to think there. Anyway, we go over here. The products are authorized and supervised by MECOM. Now, if you want to call these people up, their phone number is 86-755-2328-2320. We're going to look at the website in just a moment. It's www.solove.com.hk. One might think they were involved heavily with Hong Kong. However, when we look deeply at the logo, they're made in communist Red China. They're not made in Hong Kong. However, it's just impeccable, the work. If you look at the font and the design and the logoing of this thing, it's really, really good. We'll let you read this yourself. If you want to go ahead and jot this down, some of you will blow it up a little bit for you. You can take notes for anybody thinking about ordering a pallet of these things. This is the contact information. In just a moment, we're going to go on over to the website itself and take a look at that and attempt to place a trial order in the Canada, USA area and see what happens. Take care. Back in a bit. Folks, thanks a lot for your patience. In just a moment or two, I guarantee you we're going to make a contact and attempt to order one of these things online. One thing while we're waiting for that is we're puzzled by some of the verbiage. Again, not pidgin English, but kind of a mildly sexually charged statement. On the front, if you give this, it'll say, "I wish I will see you again, seem like lover, meet the beauty." These kind of statements basically kill sales for gift giving, for a man to give one of these to his boss, who's a man, or to his son-in-law, or things like that. Want to be kind of careful with that. Anyway, let's take a look at something we call the logo, and that'll tell us a little bit about the company. We're ready for the live camera now. You know, they say you can tell a lot about a company about their logo, and here is Solove's logo right here. First of all, we have an S, and we have the A9 up here. Then we have a heart shape inside the O for Solove. Half of the heart has up and down bars, the other has a geometric pattern. On the O, we have a clock face, V and E. Now, coming off the L, we have a white banded wristwatch at 12:15, turning into a black banded wristwatch and a buckle. Up here, we have a little, what looks like an MP3 player with a cord, and the cord whips back over here. We have a series of many triangles. We have a stick pin right here that points to 1 o'clock, not 12:15, but points to 1 o'clock on this clock face. We have M2. Here's what looks like an iPad or an iPod or a smartphone over here. As you work your way all the way back, you see some kind of supportive structures. There's an upside down herringbone, then N9. Now, we've seen this N9 on conspiracy websites. I don't know what that means. And over here, let's just move that just a little bit. We have kind of like a tag. And so that's your logo. Looking at the other side of this card, it's not truly a warranty card. We actually see that the watch morphs from a dark band to a white band on both sides. It's still 12:15. Half of the geometric design's taken out of the heart here, and then we have some different things like that. So turning this over, we're going to go ahead and look at the other side now and see what they give you in the way of a toll-free number or any instructions. Okay, back on number 2 of the card that has a logo on it. This is just a card. It's not a warranty card. There's no toll-free number, unfortunately, but it does tell us here about the micro USB and the 1 and 2 output USB ports. It shows a little bit of a kind of a schematic here. Now, it says here, when Roco Power Charge mobile devices connect your mobile digital device to the output interface, then digital lights flashing on the display of the power, it indicate the power bank which begin to work. This is sad that this kind of poor pidgin English would slip by a company that wants to be a multi-million-dollar company. The device itself is fantastic. This broken English throughout their front-end packaging is it makes you wonder about Red China, how much communist China is involved with this project, not letting somebody with maybe a year of university or work who can speak Chinese clean this thing up and give a better representation. At the very bottom, we can have what we call a QR code, which doesn't work. It's so small. Just here's a tip of a pen. The QR code doesn't work. It talks about violation of security usage notice may cause fire, electric shock damage, or other risk. Roco Power has high quality polymer cell for the best user security. No, period. Don't use it as close to water. Again, just rife with not nasty language, but pidgin English. Something that if you, at the 5th or 6th grade in the States, you would be called into the principal's office if you couldn't write or speak any better than this after 6 years of schooling. Okay, well, so much for the card. Let's go ahead and take a look at the website. Well, folks, we're on right now to the Hong Kong website. We're going to attempt to order one of these Solove 10s or a like product. The newest product is the only one that's up and running live right now. In the lower right-hand corner, we're going to go ahead and click and attempt to place an order for one of these new items. Click. What happens? Unfortunately, it goes dead. Well, that's too bad. Maybe the site's just not up and running. Earlier, we talked about could there be possible workers' rights abuses. In the sleeve that the thing is packaged in when you get it, it simply says Longgang Avenue, Longgang District, Shenzhen City, and leaves out Communist China. They should be proud of it. They should put China on the sleeve. However, on the company's website, they do include China, so there may be a little bit of sleight of hand going on there. Overall, summing this thing up, the workmanship, the way this thing operated when we used it, the way we tested it, everything worked fine. There was no cause for concern. However, I guess you would say the blight or the dark mark on this company is their front end marketing. Broken pidgin English, can't even get one proofreader in China or one of their university students to come in and just clean up the language, clean up the broken pidgin English on the multiple cards that are associated with this. That's going to hurt them. We hope that the product will indeed speak for itself, and maybe somebody, if there are thugs running this company, let's hope somebody can get in and clean them out and let the workers be treated right and get more of these things in for our people in Canada and the United States to use. Well, this is McGeisencraft. This is the end of a look at a Solove 10 pocket battery charger, sometimes called a power bank.